As a reminder, please silence all cell phones. Welcome to today's press conference for the Iowa State Cyclones. Iowa State Sports Information Director is Sarah Dyson. Today we are joined by head coach Bill Fennelly and student athletes Addy Brown and Emily Ryan. Coach Fennelly, would you like to make an opening statement?
First of all, certainly want to congratulate Stanford. That's an outstanding team. Thank you to all the people here who made our stay a great one. We appreciate that. And certainly, kind of like I've been saying all along with our team, I could not be more proud of the way they've carried themselves. It's been a great 9 months, one of the best seasons of my life coaching. And at this point in my career, you didn't know if you'd get this chance. And these guys gave me that chance, and could not be more excited about what they did, how they did it, how they carried themselves. Certainly disappointed in the result, but celebrate what they did. The sad part for me is we don't have practice tomorrow, but could not be more proud of the way that they represented their school.
We'll now take questions for the student athletes. As a reminder, please state your name and affiliation at the beginning of each question. If you're on the Zoom call and have a question, please use the raise hand function, and I will call on you if we have time for your questions.
Michael Robertson, the African-American athlete. All right, Emily, you had to take over for the star player that didn't have the game that she had last game. And then the same thing was going on for Stanford where Kiki had to take over for Cam. So at what point did you realize that you're going to have one of those super games to keep this competitive?
Yeah, truly, it's not really a mindset like that. It's more so we're just trying to make the right play each possession. And so I happened to be open, and so I was just taking the shots that we were getting as a team. And they went in, and fortunately not quite enough of them went in tonight. But Addy obviously drew a ton of attention inside, and so that opened stuff up for us on the outside. And, yeah, like I said, unfortunately just not quite enough tonight.
Tommy Birch, Des Moines Register. Addy, you had that big three late in the game. As kind of regulations closing down, you guys are heading into overtime. What's the mindset? How are you guys feeling about where things are?
Yeah, I mean, I think we're excited, to still be in the game and going into overtime. We had them where we wanted them, and we just couldn't finish it out in the last segment overtime there. But, we gave them everything we had, and so we can walk out at least knowing that we gave it all we had.
Michelle Smith, the next. For you, Emily, how difficult is it to keep Kiki Arioffen contained?
Yeah, she's super talented, and they have a lot of talent on their team, and she had one of those nights tonight. There wasn't much we could do to stop her, and every time we tried to do something, she countered it with a strong move or something different. And so credit to her and the whole team and their coaching staff for putting themselves in positions to make the big plays down the stretch.
Couch Stamp at the Stanford Daily. Emily, for you, what did you see maybe from their ball screen defense that maybe allowed you to sort of navigate it really well and obviously pick them apart? I mean, I think they got caught on a lot of They got caught on the screens a lot of times, even though they were trying to fight over. But could you talk about that for a little bit maybe?
Yeah, our bigs were sending really good screens tonight, and so just kind of trying to pick off the initial defender and then trying to make a read after that. I thought our bigs had good hands tonight, and they made big plays down low, and then the shooters were making them spread the floors, so it opened more stuff up in the lane and driving lanes. And so the whole team did their part in opening things up, and so I was able just to make the layups, I guess.
Ben Parker, CardinalSportsReport.com. For Addy, just from your perspective, what was the key to your guys' ability to keep punching back? Every time it looked like Stanford might pull away, they got up by 5 in the fourth quarter. You guys responded. So what was the key to your guys' ability to keep responding and keep responding to every blow that they delivered your way?
Yeah, I think Coach prepared us for that, before the game even started. We've heard it all season. Sometimes you got to keep your hands up and take the hits and stay on your feet. And that was kind of our mindset. We knew that we could compete with that team, and you can't think about it for too long. It's next play mentality. So they make a shot, okay, fine, next play. We're going to go down, run our offense, hit a shot as well. So just thinking about that.
For both of you guys, I'm wondering, what do you think about what this team was able to accomplish this season, and what does that do for you guys going into next season?
Yeah, I couldn't be more proud of this team, and and everything we've been through. And it's been, it's been the most fulfilling season I've ever been a part of. And it's just an honor to be able to play for Iowa State and represent this university and play with the teammates that I have and for the coaching staff that we get to play for. And so there's only going to be one team at the end of the season that is ending with a win. And as a competitor, you understand that, but you just never want your season to end. And like Coach Finn said, the hardest part is knowing that we don't get to come back to work tomorrow with this team. Because when you have something this special, you just never know if you'll be able to get it back. And so just kind of embracing what we did this year and all the moments that we were able to share together. And that's something that I'll be able to cherish forever. And I'm just super lucky I was able to be a part of it.
Yeah, I mean, kind of what Em said, just we didn't take a single day for granted. Coming into it this season, you know, we were the underdogs. You know, no one believed in us, and so we really just had to stick together, and we did throughout the whole season. And I think we showed that tonight at the Big 12 tournament throughout our season. You know, we finished 4th in the really good conference. No one ever thought that was going to happen or that we were going to make it to this tournament. So that part, you know, proving ourselves right really is what it comes down to. And like Em said, just not wanting it to end because this team's never going to be the same, you know. We're going to lose seniors and big pieces of the team, even our managers. Like, they do so much for us. And just to realize that, you know, we're not going to have them on the bench next year, it hits hard. So that's the biggest thing, you know, running through our heads right now.
Connor Ferguson, Cyclone Fanatic. For either of you guys, what was it like playing in kind of a buzzsaw type of environment that's very much the road teams, or you guys are very much in a road team atmosphere with an arena that wants you to lose?
Yeah, as a competitor, that's really fun, being able to have the opportunity to play in big games and environments like that. And they earned that home court advantage with the way they played throughout the regular season. And so that's something you work for throughout the entire season, is to have that opportunity, and they earned that. And but like I said, it's really fun to be in environments like that this time of the year in March, to play at Stanford against Stanford University and Tara. It's something you dream of as a kid, and to have that opportunity and to do it at Iowa State is something that I'll cherish forever.
All right, Emily or Addy, how do you guys explain the resilience and the versatility you guys have? I mean, last game you guys were down by 20 in the first half and came all the way back, and this time you take a number 3 team to the wire, and like he said, the home team. So how do you explain the versatility and the resilience of this squad?
I would just say, like, you know, we've been in those situations before. I mean, I always go back to the West Virginia game at home. We were down 18 at half and just sitting there like, well, I mean, we can't give up. Like, we got to keep going. We got to push for our fans and for each other. And we came back and won that game. And so that was something that was in my mind. The Maryland game at halftime, like, we've been here. We've done this before. And we just had to keep believing in each other and keep fighting. But, you know, it definitely shows a lot of resilience on this team, and we don't ever give up.
Ben Barker, CardinalSportsPart.com for Emily. Even though it was in a losing result, to drop 36 points on Stanford at Maples Pavilion in the NCAA tournament, just personally, how much pride do you take, just personally, in the effort you put in tonight? And is this a moment personally that you think in time you look back on and tell people, hey, you know, I dropped 36 on Tara?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, the only number that really matters is the final score on the scoreboard, and so that's honestly the only one I focus on. I try to do whatever I can for the team to put us in a position to win, and unfortunately didn't do quite enough tonight. And it's 100% team effort, and as a team we just weren't able to make quite enough plays, and so we're going to take this into the off season, use it as fire, and remember this feeling, bottle it up, so then on days we don't want to wake up at 6 a.m. to go do conditioning, we can find that extra motivation to push hard.
Thank you, Addy and Emily. You can rejoin your teammates in the locker room.
Thanks, guys.
We'll,
Good job. Great job. Great job.
we'll now take questions for Coach Fennelly. As a reminder, please state your name and affiliation at the beginning of each question. If you're on the Zoom call and have a question, use the raise hand function, and I will call on you if we have time for your questions.
Bill, Michelle Smith, the next. Is it fun to coach in a game like that?
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. It really was. Both teams played hard. Both teams made plays. I think it's we talk about the growth of the sport, and I think to see two teams play the game the right way, play hard, a lot of skill, a lot of people that just kept doing things to impact success for their team. So, yeah, it was fun, and it's what this tournament's all about, and it was fun to watch our kids compete, and certainly not as much fun to watch Stanford play as well as they did, but that's the nature of this beast, I guess. But yeah, it was fun.
Coach Mike Robertson, African-American athlete. Did you have to change your strategy when Crooks kind of got into foul trouble and didn't get to go off like she did last game, and then Cam on the other side wasn't a factor as much? So did you change your strategy, or did you just go with the flow?
No, we had to change. I mean, Audie's our only really legitimate low post threat. Nelly doesn't score for us on the block, so we had to change our offense a little bit and not try and go in the post defensively. We were, obviously with Audie in foul trouble a lot in the second half, and then fouling out early in the overtime. That's a problem. But offensively was the biggest difference, because we run a lot of different stuff when Audie's in the game compared to Nelly. So we did have to make some changes there.
Tommy Birch, Des Moines Register. Bill, what does this do in terms of maybe expectations going into next season and excitement for what you have? Because I know you've talked a lot about how rewarding it's been to coach this group, but I'm wondering, compound that with what they accomplished.
Yeah, I like I said, I've been blessed to be at Iowa State a long time, and I haven't had this much fun coaching a team in a long time. The collegiate world is so different. I wish I could answer your question. I'm not avoiding it, but I don't know what our roster is going to be like. I'm just being honest. Who knows what's going to happen? So, my approach right now is celebrate what our team did, help them through the disappointment of tonight, and we'll get back home and evaluate where we are. But certainly there's a lot of things very positive to look forward to, hopefully, and it starts with Emily Ryan. And I think you saw tonight the difference she makes on our team, and she's the kind of kid that this sport is about, and knowing that she's going to be back leading our team again, it's a great place to start.
Coach, Caltrick Stanford from the Stanford Daily. Just from my vantage point, just kind of under the left side of the court, it seemed like the post play was very physical tonight. What did you sort of see there from both sides defensively?
No, it was very physical. Yeah, I don't think anyone would disagree with that. And we don't have enough bodies to sustain that. So when Audie got in foul trouble, that's a problem. But that's the way college basketball's gone. The game's way too physical. That's just me. No one cares what I think, but it is what it is. And we have to play through it better. We have to coach it better. But that's the nature of the NCAA tournament especially. So we've got to make some adjustments moving forward probably.
How's Ariana doing? What happened with her?
Yeah, she fell, hit her chin. They acted like she could maybe go back in the game, but she didn't look right. And so she fell and split her chin open. So I don't know if they were going to give her stitches. They were discussing it. So she's okay, just pretty shook up. That was a pretty hard fall.
Coach, just how difficult is it to guard Yakiki Iriafen when she has the mid-range and the post-up game sort of working for her? Does it kind of feel like choose how you sort of die in that case?
No, you're right. they went to her a lot. You know, she got 30 shots off. We tried to double team a couple times. We tried a lot of different things, but she's so skilled. Like you said, she's physical going to the basket. She's got a little mid-range shot that's hard to guard, but just she's one of those kids that in person was much better than on video. Just a tremendous talent and just another in the long line of outstanding post players to play here.
Ben Parker, CardinalSportsReport.com. Just talk about, again, Emily's performance. Was there anything from the Stanford defense that you saw she was particularly able to exploit, or just what was defensively happening that allowed her to really go off the way that she did?
You know, I think that they change their ball screen coverage once in a while. I think Emily's very smart. What we tried to get her to do was use the ball screen and just keep her dribble, probe the defense. When they come to help, kick it. If they, you know, a couple times I think they got confused and she dribbled to the three-point line, and she's really good at that. I mean, she's really good at just not panicking and keeping her dribble, and it's probably not, you know, people look at it as not normal offense, but the way we play. And she's really the only ball handler we have on our team that can handle the stress and the pressure of the on-ball defense. So we just try to put her in different angles, different ball screen situations, and I thought she handled it great.
Connor Ferguson, Cyclone Fanatic. Coach, I'd save this one for kind of the end of the season, but also wanted to ask it after the right game. But what's Emily Ryan mean to you, and how big is it for that team to have her coming back for her 5th year?
Emily Ryan's been a true blessing to me. She's been a blessing to our university in a world where so many kids are consumed by what's good for them. She is the exact opposite. Everything about her is about her team, her team, her team. She was raised that way. She shows up and does that every single day. This, you know, her performance tonight was phenomenal, but it's not something that we don't see in her every day and how she leads the team. And her coming back changes a lot of things, and certainly changes the way I view the world and my job. But I've been blessed to have so many phenomenal players, but there's the way she leads is the most unique I've ever been around, ever.
All right, Coach. How does this performance by Emily tonight and then Audie the other night out here at Stanford, how does that propel the attention they get nationally? And then, of course, in your state where there's another player that gets a lot of attention in the state of Iowa. So
Yes.
how do you feel about your two players?
No,
put up against them?
sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. No, I think it's great. I mean, we talk about the growth of women's basketball a lot. We live in a state where women's basketball has always been important. As you mentioned, there's another player in our state that's had a phenomenal career. But I think Audie's one of those people that could be next in how people view her, her personality, the way she carries herself, the way she plays the game, similar to Emily Ryan. So, you know, I think they're both outstanding. You know, they're not just great players. They're really good people. They represent their school the right way. And I think that they can have an impact. They certainly have in our state. I mean, people are drawn to them. Sorry about that. People are drawn to them, and I think that'll just continue.
Thank you, Coach, and congrats on a great season.
Thank you, everyone. Appreciate you being out here.
Thanks for attending this weekend's games. It was a pleasure having you all at Stanford. Safe travels home. We hope to see you again.